My name is Erica Jodice. This is my speech for human communications class, and this is my audience. Over easy, hard boiled, scrambled, sunny side up. Frequent questions you'll probably be asking yourself if you start your own backyard flock of chickens. I'm going to tell you several reasons that I started my own backyard flock and started raising chickens as a hobby. I started raising chickens 8 months ago in February. I currently have 2 pullets and 1 laying hen. Their names are Buffy and Eggplant and Holstein. The way I got into chickens is I read about raising chickens, and I put a lot of what I learned into good use. This is a very handy guide called the Chicken Health Handbook if you have chickens. It's by Gail Demoreau, and it talks all about diseases and raising chickens from, just hatchlings up through adulthood and any problems they might have, and I find it to be very convenient and handy. Backyard chickens are the pets that are useful in the garden and also produce fresh eggs. First, I'm going to discuss how fresh eggs are healthier than store-bought, describe how chickens are great composters and use chicken scraps and provide fertilizer. Third, I'm going to tell you how chickens are a useful form of insect control. And finally, tell you how owning chickens can be entertaining and fun. Also educational. So how do backyard chickens make fun pets that are useful in the garden and also provide fresh eggs? Well, fresh eggs are healthier than store-bought. There's actually not much difference nutritionally between store-bought eggs and farm fresh eggs. There have been some studies done according to the Simple Life Ain't Easy website, common misconceptions about farm fresh eggs that will tell you that really there's just a slight decrease in cholesterol as far as the farm fresh eggs goes. But free-range chickens are generally healthier than the ones from commercial egg farms because the ones from commercial egg farms are raised in very small confined areas and barely have room to turn around, and it's just not very humane. So the backyard chickens are treated better. Also, you control the feed that you're feeding your chickens. So there's no antibiotics if you don't want it, or chemicals. And store-bought eggs are inferior in freshness to chickens, the eggs laid by your chickens in your backyard because it's just, you get them the same day. In the store, they can be up to 3 weeks old when you get them. So that's kind of gross. During World War II, Great Britain introduced a victory campaign, and they asked everybody to provide kitchen scraps for chickens, and then they would have somebody that came around and picked up the kitchen scraps to take them to local chickens to eat. So that's kind of interesting. When cleaning the coop, I put the used pine shavings into the compost pile. That provides fertilizer for my garden. And the chickens scratch around in the compost, and then they stir up the compost with their own droppings, and it makes the compost go faster. Chickens are also a very useful form of insect control. They'll eat anything that moves on the ground, any, like flying bugs or crawling bugs. And their larvae. When they're digging for insects, they like to root around and scratch, and they'll dig down about 2 inches. So it's very useful if you're about to plant a garden. If you just enclose your chickens into the garden area, they will clear that area of grubs and beetles and larvae so that you can plant your garden. But after you're done planting your garden, you should probably fence them out to keep them from eating all your young plants. Owning chickens as pets is entertaining and can be very educational. Chickens have individual personalities. If you observe your flock for any length of time, you will be able to discern the difference between the different chickens and what they like and what they don't like, and it's just a lot of fun. Chickens will coo and cluck, and if they're in danger or just even running across the yard, they'll just start squawking, and it's kind of really, it's really a blast to watch. They will also swing on swings. I've seen people be able to teach chickens some small tricks. I couldn't afford to buy this little piano, but I saw on YouTube that somebody had taught their chicken to peck out notes on the piano, so that was kind of cool. Also, you can pick up a chicken and move it all around like this, and its head will stay in one place. That's called chicken head stabilization. The reason that they do that is because if they're running across the yard or just moving about looking for insects, their body can move, but they're moving so fast, their head stays still, and they're able to pick out the moving bugs faster that way. There are a lot of homeschool opportunities if you have chickens as pets, or neighbors that would like to come over and use your chickens for homeschooling opportunities. They can learn about the chicken life cycle, they can learn about where eggs come from, learn a lot about nutrition and other things that way. So, tonight I've talked about how backyard eggs are healthier than store-bought. I've discussed how chickens are great composters and provide fertilizer. Third, I talked about chickens as insect control. And finally, I told you how chickens can be both entertaining and educational. So now you know that backyard chickens are fun pets that can be both educational and entertaining. In conclusion, the best thing to do when you acquire your own backyard flock of chickens is to get yourself a good recipe book, and soon you'll be able to cook eggs like a short order cook at Waffle House. Thank you.